All right, y'all. What's up? What's going on? We back again. Back one more time for the week. I said I'll go ahead and do one more live and try to get in some talk about this card coming up Thursday? Yeah, not this Saturday, but Thursday, because I ain't gonna be on around this weekend. I'll be out of town. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? Hold on, let me pull this part of the stream up. All things Yam Yam. What's up? All things film. Closeman said he liked this new beat. Yeah, I've been using it for on and off for the past couple of weeks now. I like this beat too. JP said his beat. I like that beat that BJB using. Which one is it that kind of laid back one? Yeah, that the one I think the one he used on his last stream. Yeah, I like that beat. JP crazy. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm real interested in this card coming up. I know we already had a few changes with this PFL situation, but should be good. I want to see where I really want to see where Tyler fits into this. Like, is she going to be as dominant as we think she can be? And same thing with Dakota. Like, this is what Dakota asked for. She wanted some competition, and she's getting it. She's getting some former Bellator fighters. A Bellator champion, former UFC contender. So she's getting yeah. Dakota wanted some competition. Is here now. They brought it in. They answered that call. But yeah, let's see, man. I just want to pull this thing up. Hold on, we got let me see, the PFL early card is at 6:30. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got about 12 fights. 12 fights. That ain't bad. Starts like the same deal like the UFC cards. 6:30 prelim with 8 fights. Then you got 4 main event fights, 4 main card fights. So yeah, easy. What's going on, man? Yeah, let me see here. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of run through this a little bit. Let me pull this close-up image of the prelims first, and then discuss just an early look at this fight coming up 2 weeks from now. Zhang Weili and Yan Xiaonan a little bit, and some of the other stuff going on 300. So yeah, I'm gonna just be on here for like another hour or so. And like I said, we got an open line today, man. Anybody want to jump on and speak about last weekend's fight, they can do so. Hold on, here we go. So yeah, here's a card for PFL's 2024 season. The prelims start Thursday, ESPN2 and ESPN Plus at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Kicking this thing off. And we just, like I said, we just covering the WMMA fights. So the first MMA fight, the women's fight we were going to have was Caitlin Neal, and she was going to be taking on Samiko Inaba. And I was like, okay, that's a good fight. But unfortunately, I think Samiko Inaba had to pull out. I've been trying to find some information on if it was her pullout. Apparently it was, because they were going to give her a new opponent. They were going to get Caitlin Neal a new opponent. They were going to sub in Vita Arteaga, was the word. So, yeah, we thought that was going to be scheduled, but no, that one got canceled as well. So, took the fight off the card altogether. Let me see here. What was the last thing? Samiko Inaba ain't really posted much, I don't think. Not since February. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I don't see nothing, man. I don't see nothing on here. So, yeah, now we're kicking it off with Chelsea Hackett and Jenna Bishop. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight, too. What's up, Marcus? I'm looking forward to this one as well, because I think, Chelsea Hackett, this is some good competition for Jenna Bishop. Y'all know I'm a fan of Bishop. I think that, she's bringing some definitely bringing some well-rounded game. Mostly, a grappler, really, really good jujitsu. I think she's bringing some, serious competition to this thing. Undefeated, fought some good fighters on her way up here. Um, throughout Bellator and LFA. So along the way, I've seen her, use her jujitsu, submit some people, but she's been using her hands a lot more. She's been using some decent striking, and to me, I saw her fight with Alara Yawani. If you can bang with that girl and get on the inside and get what you need and submit Alara Yawani in one round, uh, I think that she's showing that she's definitely got some skills. Who else did she beat? She beat the other girl in the UFC, man. She beat a girl they signed to the UFC, and Luana Santos. Yeah, so Jenna Bishop, she has a pretty decent skill level. You got to look out for. Who else? She beat Dion Barbosa, another fighter that the UFC signed. So it's kind of like the UFC is, going around her, right? So Jenna Bishop, she could actually be in the UFC because she's beat some fighters they already signed. So Jenna Bishop, she's definitely a fighter that we can't say, oh, she ain't been tested yet, or she ain't bringing it up to the table. Of course, there's always somebody that she can fight to build off of and get better. Of course, like I'm not saying she's ready for the belt or contender status yet, but I think Jenna Bishop looks a little bit more solid than some of the fighters the UFC has signed as of lately. Especially when she has that really good ground base, and she's explosive too and has some power. He said the UFC hates fighters that whoop up on their prospects. Yeah, man. What's up, Six? Yeah, Bishop, she's been beating him, man. I'm just looking back at her resume because they just signed Jan Barbosa. And I mean, Barbosa looks good too. Like, she doesn't look bad, but yeah, she packed up a win on her. Who else did she beat? Let me see. Well, those are the biggest names. That she beat Callie Endo and Bellator. But yeah, she definitely stood out with her win over Alara Yawani. That was a good one. Let's see. So looking at her opponent, Chelsea Hackett. Chelsea Hackett, decent stand up. Kickboxing. She come from that Muay Thai background too. She debuted in PFL last summer. Used that kickboxing on, what was her name, Cobra Kai Bennett. That was a good explosive fight. Got a rear naked choke win in that one. I saw Chelsea. I remember seeing Chelsea Hackett first off it was like a few years ago, man. Like just on some of the underground fights, but she kind of got her spotlight and her chance on the Contender Series, and she lost to Victoria Leonardo. That was like 4 years ago. So yeah, man, I remember that fight. So when I saw her lose to Victoria Leonardo, I was like, oh man, maybe she's, not as good as I thought. But since then, I think she was on a long layoff, came back, beat Cobra Kai Bennett. PFL signed her. So this is really like her, I would say this is probably her biggest competition since Victoria Leonardo. Kai Bennett is a good fighter. She's on the come up too, but I think, Jenna Bishop definitely is going to be a step up for her. Since losing to Victoria Leonardo, she hasn't really fought like very consistently. And now she's dealing with a girl that can get good takedowns and strong. She can bang on the inside too. I think Jenna Bishop is going to be a handful for Chelsea Hackett. Chelsea Hackett has some, good striking, good, decent striking. But I saw how, Victoria Leonardo was able to stop her. I kind of lean towards Jenna Bishop in this one. Yeah, Jenna Bishop is already 38. Yeah, she's up there. Yeah, she's already up there. But as far as like wear and tear, she's not that out of. I mean, if you look at her, you think she's like 28. Like, yeah, really look at Jenna Bishop. Like, she doesn't look her age. And sometimes that's rare for women, like you see out here now, like in the sports world. You start to see it kind of wear on them, but it just shows you that Jenna Bishop, she just started, I want to say back in 2021, on like MMA. Hold on, when did she start? Yeah, 2021. She just debuted in the world of MMA because she came from grappling. She came from the grappling circuit, so she spent most of her career there. But yeah, she just started 2021, late 2021 in LFA. Then went to Bellator. That's how good her jiu-jitsu was. It really saved her. But I like what she brings to the table, man. And I think same thing like we say with Manon. I think that she knows that she's on the time clock. I mean, she's on that clock now, so she's ready to go ahead and make a statement. I do lean towards Jenna Bishop in this one. I think if she gets this fight to the ground, it's hers. If she fights on the inside, she can win this thing as well. Strong. And yeah, I think really, she's bringing that maturity in this game, not an aged body. She's fresh. She's a fresh 38 to me. Let's see. Then you got Kana Watanabe and Shanna Young. This one here, Kana Watanabe. I know Easy ain't feeling her, but I give her credit, man. I got to give her some credit. Kana Watanabe has survived some scary moments. I keep feeling like she's been knocked out multiple times, but really it was just Liz Carmouche that knocked her out. I mean, she's been buzzed in fights, but she's been able to come back. She's been buzzed hard in some fights, but she has come back in them. Let me pull up her resume because I know after that Liz Carmouche fight, when she fought Denise Kiel, she got buzzed, but she came back and won that fight. Laura, I remember all of them kind of buzzing her in fights, but she still found ways to win. And I have to condone that to her wrestling, man. Yeah, what's up, BJ? He said she's been dropped multiple times. Yeah, she's been dropped quite a few times, man. But she's still standing strong. So I think she's still built different, to the point where what's going to separate her usually in a fight is somebody that's going to have the grit like Liz Carmouche. Grit and experience that can just kind of play off of what she does and just expose what her weakness is. See, Ioane, she just get caught up in the moment sometimes. She get to banging and yeah, she'll catch something. Same with Laura as of lately. Like when they get to swinging, yeah, they're going to touch something. But it's like they didn't get a read on their opponent. Like, keep doing what they're doing. They either go to the ground with her or let her take them down, and then they give up the fight. See Liz Carmouche, she landed that right hand. She didn't stop. Denise Kiel, she made the mistake getting caught in that triangle choke, man. I was like, come on. Like, Denise Kiel, she kept that fight at a range. She probably could have starched her as well. So that's the only thing I'd say with Kana Watanabe, is her weakness really is that chin. But I'd say her durability, because she's kind of big. She's big for a flyweight. That's what's been saving her in fights, and her wrestling base is what's wrestling base and the strength when she gets to fight to the ground keeps her alive. That fight with Ali Malay, I haven't watched it since. I know it was a close fight. Ali Malay had moments with the striking. I know some people felt like kind of won it, but it's one of them ones where, yeah, again, I just think that kind of size and her wrestling saved her from really, really going in there and getting like outclassed. Yeah, Kana's resume is good. Yeah, it's good. Easy say. I mean, Kana is nice. Don't get me wrong. That striking defense. Yeah, that's her problem. Like her striking defense is the issue. So imagine when she meets top level elite top level strikers, elite strikers, they would put her down. I'd like to see how Kana versus the Arujo fight would go. Mark said, if you told me that Shanna Young is in the tournament, I wouldn't believe you. Yeah, Shanna Young, Shanna Young she's in the business. They got her in the business, got to get this girl a chance too, right? But yeah, I like the resume though. Deep Jewels, Rising. Some of them weren't the toughest customers for Kana, but as soon as she stepped it up, beat Ioane, Laura, lost to a high level fighter like Liz, beat Kiel Holtz, beat Arteaga, beat Arteaga, who's a dog. So yeah, her dog is proven. And then she lost a close fight to a former champ. So that's a good resume. Shannon Young, 9-5, kind of a big flyweight. I know she's like 5'7", kind of wide shoulders too. I haven't really like ever had her on my radar. Just as like to me, she's just been kind of there. Like Shannon's always kind of been there because she's just never had that consistent career. I know she was out, had a baby, never really had that chance to really shine like that in my eyes, where it was just like, oh, she's the next threat, or even like she could beat some of the unranked fighters in the UFC. What's her? Let me see her record here. She might see her fight Invicta. She fought a couple times for Invicta. I was like, okay, she's bringing some high pressure, but when she fought in the Contender Series a long while back, she got finished. That's how Sarah Alpar got her introduction into the UFC. Early fights in Invicta, I know she lost a few. Who else? Who else did she fight? Yeah, Miranda Maverick had beat her multiple times too. In the tournament in Invicta, Miranda Maverick, handed her walking papers. That was her last fight in the UFC, like back in 2022. Miranda Maverick was looking to get back in there. So Shannon Young lose to fighters like Miranda, Stephanie Edgar. Is Stephanie Edgar still in the UFC? Why? I can't even place her face right now. I know what Stephanie Edgar looks. Oh, yeah. Stephanie Edgar's gone now, too, right? She lost to Stephanie Edgar. She got finished by Stephanie Edgar. She got beat by Macy Chiasson. But she beat Gina Mazzani. So if you're just beating levels like Gina Mazzani, but losing to those fighters, yeah. So going into this fight, looking mostly at what she does, pressure, kind of scrappy type of striker. I'm going with Kana Watanabe. I know you got to go with Kana Watanabe in this fight. BJ said Kana kept taking Laura down and controlling her. Yeah, Kana's always got that, man. If she can survive your punch, she at least she got some good takedowns. Like she will get it. Like she will get it. She's got some size to her. Like she uses her size. But that's what I'm looking at in this fight. It's easy. I'm easy. If you don't pick Kana in this fight, you might be hating. You got to be hating. I'm gonna go with Kana Watanabe against Shannon. I think she'll probably get it done by like ground and pound or submission. Oh yeah, and going back to Jenna Bishop, I think Jenna Bishop might get a finish too by submission. Let's see. Going up to okay, oh, dang. I thought there was yeah. No, the other fight got canceled. Never mind. All right, going up to the third flyweight fight. Still has a good ring to it. Tyler Santos and Alar Yawani. Okay, this is a good introduction for Tyler Santos. Nonetheless, I did like the Denise Kielholtz matchup, but I'll take this. I'll take this fight. So Tyler Santos, y'all know the deal. Some people still ask me, why is Tyler not with the UFC? Hey, they didn't renew their contract. The UFC didn't necessarily cut him. Tyler just didn't want to renew it because she felt like they weren't giving her the fights. They weren't giving her the steady fights. And they didn't give her a rematch for Valentina, so they left. All right. So Tyler, I like this one for her. She's facing somebody that is explosive. I ain't gonna knock Alar Yawani when she gets in there. This girl, she might take some shots, but she's ready to throw. She has a good right hand. She has some decent movement, but sometimes it gets predictable. I thought again when she dropped about buzzed, kind of that should have been her fight. Even when she was up in there with Jenna Bishop, she kind of fought in the wrong fight. So some of the holes in her game have saved her, but at the same time, they made her sink. So if you're going in there with somebody big and strong like Tyler, you got to be on your game because Tyler Santos is going to put some decent pressure on. She's going to take her time to land the best strikes, throw those leg kicks, pressure you. And somebody as big as Tyler is going to be really, really looking to cut that cage off and really muscle this girl. So really it comes down to Tyler's defense and making sure her stamina holds up and seeing if she can go ahead and make it known that she's the better grappler, more powerful fighter, and look to get a quick finish just to make it known to everybody. Look, hey, I'm going for that belt. I'm coming for that million. And, just to put people on notice, I think Tyler needs that type of finish, especially after losing 2 in a row and haven't scored a win since 2021. The pressure is kind of on Tyler in this one. The pressure is on her, because since leaving the UFC now you're here. You gotta make this thing. You gotta make this thing huge. You gotta make a huge statement. I mean, she could get a victory, of course, but she gotta be dominant. Getting a victory is one thing, but you gotta be dominant and you gotta make it. You gotta make it look good. That's just my opinion. Mark said he got Tyler. Yeah, I got Tyler Santos in this one. I think that once she starts to really put that pressure on, and she starts to land her own punches, because Laryawani likes to box, but her chin's out there. When she throws her combinations, her head is up. Literally, her chin is up. So Tyler got to let go in this one. Don't be afraid. Like, let some educated punches go. Let's see. Tyler is like 5'7", right? It looks at 5'6". Kind of wide too. 5'3" is Laryawani, so she's a small opponent. She's kind of a small opponent. Physically, she's not, but this is I think it's the biggest opponent that Laryawani's faced next to Conor Watanabe. Conor and Tyler might be interested at some point when them two lock up. Yeah, Conor's about the same height, might be about the same size as Tyler too, right? Maybe a little bigger. What y'all think? Y'all think Conor's bigger than Tyler Santos? They're about the same height, but Conor look kind of big up in them traps too, in them arms, man. Like sometimes Tyler, she can look huge, but she'll kind of get shredded too. But yeah, in this fight, I got Tyler Santos. I think Tyler's pressure is going to catch up. I think, even if she doesn't like submit her in the early round, she might catch her later on and, get a late round TKO on the ground or submission. I'm seeing a lot of submissions here, man, because I'm seeing a lot of powerful grapplers matched up against, some average strikers, like Jenna Bishop. I think she'll be able to take down. Hackett. Same deal with Conor Watanabe. I think she'll be able to take down Young if Young can't really hurt her or doesn't really have the footwork to frustrate her. Santos, I think she'll be able to take down Ioane. Marcus said Laura Ioane has a wider frame. Yeah, she does have a pretty wide frame, especially when you see her on the scales. Oh, you mean Laura or Conor? Because I was asking who's bigger between Conor and Tyler. All right, so those are the first 3 fights for the women. And of course, on the main card, gotta push because she's the next girl they pushing. Even though Tyler's the more experienced fighter and coming from the UFC, they gotta push. This is the company girl right here, right? They gotta put the company girl on the main card. Dakota Dechiva is taking on Lisa Malden. Okay, so Dakota Dechiva, she's on a nice run, hasn't tasted defeat or even come close to it yet. So she's riding high right now. 10 wins, 10-0, perfect record. She finishing people. I mean, only been the distance, I think. Let's see, maybe like once in her career. Once when she fought for UAE. So yeah, she made the UAE stop. The UAE stop maybe about 2 years ago. Like Manone's been there, Casey O'Neal's been over there. She did one fight over there before signing over to PFL. Fought for PAWFC for their first event. Throughout, most of those, she hadn't really got a chance to fight anybody, I'd say, like a big significance. Definitely had a chance to really build up her finishing skills as far as, going in and getting the opponent out of there. But hasn't really been in there with somebody with strong wrestling yet, power. Mark said Lisa Malden. Yes, I've seen her. I've seen her a couple of times. I've seen Lisa Malden a few times, but I know what you mean. Like Lisa Malden is not really. Lisa Malden's fought for LFA a couple of times, a few times. I've seen her fight out of there because I think she fought Sam Hughes a while back. I remember that fight. She's fought Caitlin Neal. She fought a few known names, on the underground level. She had beat Helen Peralta when she came over to PFL. So got a couple of names she's boxed before. But this one here, looking at somebody like Lisa Malden, going to be more of a stand-up fighter. I think, this is one that they setting up again for Dakota Dachiva. That I think is going to be another fight that's going to be mostly stand-up that gives Dakota Dachiva a chance to shine a little bit more on the feet again and open up that opportunity again to get a finish. Now, once she gets past this fighter, this is where it's going to kind of turn up. I give Lisa Malden a bit of a chance as far as like if she can put some pressure on and like actually maybe get some respect here, because she has fought, I'd say, more people with experience than Dakota, but still, that's neither here nor there, right? I mean, beating Desiree Yanez, Helen Peralta, losing to Sam Hughes and some of these other fighters. Those are good names, but it all comes down to what you take from it, right? So I still favor Dakota in this one. Easy said Dakota getting the layup drill. Yeah, this is to open it up, right? Same with Liz Carmouche, moving to Liz. Yeah, because I got Dakota winning by finishing this fight. Moving up to Liz Carmouche. Same thing with her. Like, I kind of think Liz is a same situation. She's getting the layup again, because come on, like, I think we can actually say Liz Carmouche is almost more guaranteed to win her fight than Dakota is, because third time with Juliana Velasquez. Juliana Velasquez ain't fought in 2 years. Come on. I like Juliana Velasquez. I just got a little disappointed because she just has not delivered even in that rematch. I know she had to be out the game for a little bit, but even in those fights, like, she was just kind of like freezing up with Liz Carmouche, just didn't really offer anything. But to put her in here with the third fight with Liz Carmouche, I don't think that's fair to her, man, because it doesn't really give her a chance to advance. You put Juliana Velasquez in this situation again where she's going to be in there with somebody that may be familiar to her, but there was never really a moment in the other two fights where she can just go back and cleanly learn from them. This ain't like Valentina and Grasso or something where, okay, the first fight was looking competitive until Grasso finishes. Then the back and forth controversial draw of their fight, right? Their rivalry actually calls for a third fight. This one don't, right? Maybe if Juliana Velasquez was on the opposite side at the bottom, maybe fighting Chelsea Hackett herself, and she beat her, and she beats Lisa Malden, and they meet up in the middle, then it's like, okay, that it just has to happen now. Now we got to make a third fight because Carmouche beat everybody and Velasquez beat everybody. But starting this thing out on the main card too, selling this as a main card fight, I just don't think it's a good matchup. It ain't a good look. And they put it as the best fight too. You know what I mean? They put it as the top fight. We already seen this before. So again, I like Velasquez. I picked her to win the first fight, but after seeing that first fight and the second fight, I got to go with Liz Carmouche again, man. Like, this is kind of a layup for Dakota and Liz. The competitive fights are actually on the prelims, y'all. Like, for y'all casual MMA fans or hardcore WMMA fans that might be missing out on PFL, if y'all watching or want to know about what's going on here, pay attention to the prelims card first. Look at those fights as the competitive ones. The Dakota fight's not really going to be, I don't think it's going to be that competitive. And Liz Carmouche fight, I don't think it's going to be that competitive. I'd like to see Velasquez do something different here and win the fight. I hate to see her go 0-3 against Liz Carmouche, but it's just looking like that's gonna happen, man. It's just looking like that's what's gonna happen. But if you want to see the really good fights, I think Tyler versus Ilaria Wan is gonna be good. Jenna Bishop, her fight with Chelsea Hack is gonna be entertaining. And I think Connor and Shanna, that's gonna be a good mauling too. All right. All right. So Easy said, I'd rather see Liz and Dakota out of the gate. If Dakota is your girl, let her make a statement early. PFL playing these Oscar De La Hoya games. Yeah, they got to build them up, man. They got to build up their golden girl, golden boy. Close said, hopefully they'll give Dakota one of the Bellator girls in her next fight, at least someone that will fight back. Yeah, they got to give her. Well, everyone else right now that is at the bottom, that's Bellator, are all pretty much wrestlers and grapplers, so they got to give her one of those fighters next. They better, man, because let's see. You got Bishop. Let's say Bishop wins. You got Bishop. Santos. Got Santos. If she pulls out her fight. Conor Watanabe. Those three names. If any of those three names is able. There it goes. All right. All right, hold on one second, y'all. I'm going to check my connection here. It's kind of acting slow. Hold on. Second. All right, can y'all hear me? Okay. Wi-Fi be acting weird sometimes. Okay, there we go. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button. We're discussing some fights here. Dakota versus Bishop. If they both win, yeah, they got to make something like that happen. Got to make something like that happen. If they both are able to, finish their opponents. All right. Marcus said, if the fight goes to decision between Bishop and Hackett, I wouldn't be surprised if Jenna gets robbed, so PFL can book Dakota and Hackett. Oh man, yeah, Bishop. Yeah, Bishop's gonna have to make sure she can get a finish, man. If Velasquez loses again, put her up against Dakota. If Velasquez loses this time, man, I think they should put her up against probably the loser of Watanabe and Shanna Young, because I don't even know at this point she'd win that fight against Dakota. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Pull this up right here. So yeah, looking at UFC 300 so far, I am a little excited for it. To see how these fights turn out. We have had some better cards happen over the past couple of months, but when I look at some of these matches again, I just feel like some of them are just here to build up certain people, especially when you get to the pay-per-view card. But some of them should turn out to be interesting. Like, I think they did set it up nicely where I think this thing should go pretty fast. Like, I think we will be getting a lot of finishes here. Like, I think Figgy and Cody Garbrandt does go as a finish, but I still can't get over that, man. It's like, how you have him as the opener, man. Like, how you have a former champ as the opener while Bo Nickel is on the pay-per-view card. Man, they had him. They make it look like he fell hard, man. Like how bad was his past performance that y'all got to put him all the way at the bottom like that? Is Figgy on a bad losing streak right now or something? Oh, he just won his last fight, right? When he fought Rob Vaughn. And before that, he was in that trilogy, right? He was in that trilogy with Marino or quadrology, right? So it ain't like he fell off hard or something, This is Figueiredo, man. He's been in the game for a minute now. So kicking him off on that is like crazy. As far as the WMMA goes, though, I do think that Andrade and Marina should be a pretty good fight. It all comes down to Marina if she can keep her range in this one, fight long, don't give Andrade any space, and just protects her chin. She has an opportunity to win. She has the jab in this fight. She's got to pump her long jab out. I don't think it's too wise for her to throw too many like front kicks to the body. No, really like front kicks where Andrade will try to catch you and snatch you up. I think it just has to be a clean striking battle, and I think she can win it. Set up her check left hook when Andrade steps in, line the right hand up. She's fought a lot of people that rush. So there's really no reason why Marina Rodriguez shouldn't be winning this fight. I think it's possibility Andrade could try to get a takedown in this one. I haven't really seen her get too many takedowns or submit since I think what was the last submission, like Amanda Lemos. Before that, I think it was JoJo. So maybe she'll feel like if she's physically stronger, she could go in there and just, muscle up Marina. But Marina's got a heavy hand, so it's up to Marina to lead in this fight like she did against Ebos, or times counter like she did against Dern. So winnable fight for Marina, but never count Andrade out, man, because she always has that equalizer. It's in her power and her strength. But yeah, I'll be on for this card. I'm definitely gonna be on starting from the jump because it's gonna be moving. I think we're gonna get a number of finishes. Bobby Green and Jim Miller's on there. So these fights gonna be moving fast. Holly and Kayla, man. Holly and Kayla, I'm still kind of up in the air about this one. I'm rooting for Holly. I know everybody feels like Kayla just can win this one because people base it mostly just off of strength at this point. Strength, and she's younger, but I'm really not sure where she's gonna be with that weight. Like, how comfortable she is gonna be. Like, past few months, she has been really strict on her diet, so she's not walking around as heavy, of course, as she was when she was a lightweight. So the weight cut shouldn't be as rough. But when you look at Kayla, she's all muscle, man. Like, there's not much fat on there to cut off. So when you have to cut so much muscle mass and a lot more muscle than fat, it's really gonna hurt the body more than just like when you cut fat. Six says she's training with Tatiana, so Andrade. She's training with Tatiana, so Andrade might show her some wrestling. Yeah, they did. They linked up for this one. So yeah, you might see Andrade look to try to close distance and get takedowns. That's why I think it's wise for Marina not to throw any, just like any front kicks to like the stomach or chest, because if she grabs her ankle, it could be a wrap. More on calf kicks. Easy said Kayla's on 100% cardio training. Yeah, she got to be on that cardio, man. This one, man. If Holly chooses to move and just keep it basic like she has in the past, keep it moving. Kayla's got to be prepared, to keep up with her, and still need to see how Kayla's going to react to maybe being hit multiple times by combinations, and not being able to latch on when somebody has a slick exit like Holly. So I'm curious as to see what else Chris Cyborg and Holly are working on. Like, is Chris and Holly working on boxing too? Because that's important. Like, I think ground game is going to be critical, just so Holly knows some fundamentals to get out and escape, and of course takedown defense. But I'm really curious as to see like what Chris has learned as of lately in her boxing career. Like, is she showing Holly some pointers on what to use in those situations now? Like with boxing evolving and Chris learning to be more patient, like, is she showing Holly to maybe slow it down a little bit and throw more like sharper combinations, like not just flurries and move, maybe telling her to, slow it down, set up her straight left hand a little bit more, showing her how to throw those elbows off jabs. Because again, Holly, she's got she's got some good elbows and got a good straight left hand, man. So if she hits Caleb around, those cheekbones or that nose, she could start an early drip. If she started that early drip easy, man, I mean, Holly could look the pot shot or maybe compromise her breathing, So, like I said, you got to target them little things like that. So it's important for Holly to be accurate in this fight. Accurate early, she can do some serious damage. Combine that with possibility of a hard weight cut, weight she's never been in, and some serious movement. We'll see. But yeah, if Kayla can latch on and get her down, and they worked on their ground and pound, and she can get Holly down in that position, show that she's still stronger. She can make it an early night, but we'll see. Mark says she might feel good cutting weight, but when it's time when it's time to fight, second thoughts on the cutting that weight. Yeah, because you moving down too, you're gonna deal with somebody a little bit quicker. I know Holly's older, but I think Holly Holm, definitely gonna be quicker because she got that muscle memory with her striking. Because still, even though Holly's lost to some of the best here in the UFC and racked up a number of losses, Kayla still hasn't fought a striker this good yet. This is new motivation for Holly. She has to know why. She has to know they are bringing Kayla in to push her. Yeah. So hopefully Holly capitalizes. She pulls off the upset here. What are the odds on this fight right now anyway? I know Holly's the underdog, right? So on early prelims, you got Andrade Marina. Prelims, you got Holly Holm and Kayla. And then on the main card, of course, we got the co-main event, Zhang Weili and Yan Xiaonan. Both training hard, both getting it in. Marab, was in the lab with Zhang Weili. So I know they're looking to keep up that wrestling and looking to keep up that high-paced cardio. Zhang Weili's been falling in love with that wrestling now. Paul, what's up? He said Kayla's at -500 last I checked. Okay. Yeah, so, with Zhang Weili, you got Zhang Weili up in here really, really taking her wrestling and her mauling to another level. So I know that is something that they're going to want to target again against a stand-up fighter. Though Yan Xiaonan has been working on her takedown defense, her grappling, it's going to be a situation where, okay, is Yan Xiaonan able to catch up or bring her level up to somewhere where she can defend against Weili? We don't know, but Zhang Weili's been falling in love with this now. She's that type of fighter, man, that just really knows how to grow and add to her game. So really, I think it's so important. Yan Xiaonan keeps her range in this fight. Can she do some of the Manon stuff and just turn her opponent? Is she strong enough to turn her opponent? Even like not shove and maybe pick up Weili like that, because Weili will counter that quick. But like, can Yan Xiaonan turn Weili with some punches, and can she control Weili with punches? Like, does she have enough pop? Like, we'll see. We'll see if she's gonna be bringing some of that strength up here, because quick hands and precision is what's gonna be important to a fighter like Yan Xiaonan. She's not gonna match her in strength at this point. For Suarez, that's what it is. Like, for Suarez, Suarez is the wrestler. That's her go-to. she's a long time wrestler. So yeah, that would be her key to victory. But for Xiaonan, even though she is big, I think they need to be using that physicality and training for her to be able to um, uh, maybe counter a lot as far as moving Whaley around and just to have that burst to get her off of her and get back to the center and maybe push Whaley around a little bit if they can if they can match her in strength somewhat, like maybe not match her in strength but use it in the right areas as far as in the center of the ring. That's why I say like trying to move her a little bit, maybe shove her around a little bit from a distance after punching her a couple of times. You have to land a couple good strikes. But footwork is going to be key for Yan Zhang in her fight. For Wei Li, it's got to be, attacking those legs and catching them and throwing her overhand right as well. Like, I think right hand is going to be key for both of these fighters, man. I think, Wei Li's right hand is money. Shoot, she dropped Lamos and that thing, man. Like, I was like, dang. Kept thinking Lamos going to score a good right hand, but here Wei Li, she dropped Lamos with her right hand. So it's going to be interesting, man. Paul said, Yan wants to beat Wei Li so bad. I don't know if that's going to make her mean and dangerous or irresponsible. It might make her a little bit more dangerous, I think. Like, I don't think it's going to make her irresponsible because I think they understand how dangerous she is. I think they understand how dangerous she is. They definitely have plenty of tape to go on. So it might make her maybe not irresponsible. It might make her a little bit more cautious, which would be bad too, because then it could make her respect Wei Li too much, right? But maybe not really be irresponsible unless she does something like, oh, maybe I need to go ahead and knock her out. She swings wild like Lamos, and then she starts getting mauled. But Yan, gotta be careful of that ground in this fight. Like, I hope that they have the fundamentals to know what Wei Li is going to do as far as how to prevent certain takedowns and so on. But I don't think that Yan Zhanan's ground game has evolved enough to match Wei Li. So still got to be a stand-up fight for Yan all the way. Because I don't know if Yan withstands the beating and mauling like Lamos did. What do y'all think? Like, I got to give Amanda Lemos credit. I mean, she stayed in that fight. I mean, she got hit in the face like over 200 times. Those strikes were crazy. Man. Like, Lemos was getting mauled and mugged in that fight. Like, over 200 strikes landed. I don't know if Yan Zhana is going to be able to withstand it like that, though. Especially when I saw Carla. I think she cuts easier too, So when I saw Carla just really start to go to town on her like that, I said, I don't know, man. Like, she just got to avoid being on her back at all costs, man. Drill said Wei Li better wrestle. Yeah, she's got to wrestle. I think she could keep it standing as far as like pressure fighting, but I think their main go to is going to be to wrestle in this fight. They really, really have grown in that department, and yeah, she's going to be going for that. All right. Dang, man, it ain't even an hour yet. I kind of ran through everything I was going to talk about now. So might be jumping off here a little bit early, but what else is going on? Anything else going on this weekend? Let me see. So that's in 2 weeks, y'all know. That's going to be in 2 weeks. So I'll be on to call that one. Drill said Jan's 1-2 will be there all night. That's going to be her money. Like, the 1-2 is important. The 1-2 is going to be very important. That's what I was saying yesterday. Her right hand is going to be key to a big victory in this fight. So don't let Wei Li get overconfident. They have to make sure they're not overconfident and they forget about her kickboxing. I know Wei Li can take a punch. Everybody can take the punches they see, but The ones that get set up, when she dropped Andrade with it, they've been putting some power behind their shots lately, so you got to be careful. Anybody picking Yan though? I mean, who's picking Yan yesterday? I know somebody picked Yan. Like I give Yan a chance, but still got to go with Whaley in this one as of right now. Real says still taking Whaley in fourth round TKO. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it goes four though, man. Like fourth round TKO. I know that it will be a TKO or submission if Yan gets put on her back again. Yeah, I got to give Whaley. I got to give Lamo some credit. That girl survived 300 strikes, man. Like she was eating a good 20, 35% of those in the first round. Like she really looked like she was like, gone, man. Like, man, her head was against the cage, but she stayed in the fight for another 4 rounds, man. Just check with yeah, landed 296. That's the record high, right? I think that's record high for not just straw weights, but maybe WMMA. Yeah, Lamos was a zombie girl. Yeah, she was eating slugs that night, man. She was eating them and she kept walking. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Paul said, "Did you give your picks for the 3 WMMA fights on Saturday?" I can do that now. Let me see. I might do a video later this week since I ain't gonna be on the weekend or any later. But let me see. I'll go ahead and give you some picks on these. I mean, I'm not. Hold on. Where are they? Where are they? Let me see. Allen Curtis 2. Okay, that's this card. All right. All the women's fights are in the prelims. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Melissa Dixon versus Nora Canole. I think Melissa Dixon is a little bit more well-rounded, and I think that she hits harder. I think Nora Canole has a good clinch game. She has that Muay Thai background, but Melissa Dixon, she can take a punch. She can box a little bit, strike from the outside, bang, and she has some pretty good jiu-jitsu too. She could take you down. I think she's more well-rounded fight. I'm gonna go with Melissa in that fight. Pietro Rodriguez and Cynthia Calvillo. I'm rooting for Calvillo, man. I want to see her get back in the winner's circle. I think if Calvillo chooses to go back to her roots and take this girl down and use her ground game, she could win this fight. That's the question, though, with that one. I'm going to go with Calvillo. Only if she uses her ground game again in this fight, man. Yeah. Let me see. Norma and GDR. Norma is looking good, though, man. Who's that told me kept looking at Norma's training yesterday? Norma's training has been looking solid. Adriel said, I think Jasmine broke the record on Priscilla. Oh, did she? Yeah. She did. She did work her too. Yeah, Priscilla Cachoeira did get worked in that fight. Yeah, Marcus, that GDR fight is risky. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Robot. I will enjoy the trip. Paul said, "You're right. Yeah, 326. Yeah, 326. That wasn't even a 5-round fight." High Five said GDR too superior on the feet than Norma. All right, yeah, she is. She been out for about 3 years though. I wonder if we'll see that same superiority, man. That is a risky one, man. I thought being out a year for Caitlin would affect her, and it did. Same with Verna. Verna came back though, man. I don't care what anybody. I give Verna credit, man. Verna, I feel bad I didn't pick Verna, man. I feel bad I didn't pick Verna because yeah, she came back strong as I don't know what, man. GDR, yeah, GDR been out since 2020. Wait a minute, GDR been out since 2020. She submitted Juliana Pena. I want it. Yeah, October of 2020. So yeah, been about 3.5 years now. Yeah, it's been about 3.5. So by October, yeah, that 6 months from now. 3.5 years 3.5 years now. That's a long time, man. That was right on that tail end of the pandemic, man. Whenever she got her, her last victory. So, I mean, Norma Dumont had plenty of time to catch up, but the question is, did she? Because let's see, Norma Dumont. Let me see, Norma Dumont around that same time beat Aspen Ladd in 2021. Beat Danielle Wolf, beat Carol Rosa, beat Chelsea Chandler, lost to Macy Chiasson. During that time while she was out, she went 4-1. But those weren't necessarily like the highest ranked opponents either, right? Norma Dumont still hasn't really fought like a former title contender or former champion, even in the past 3-4 years. I mean, I guess it ain't her fault because of the weight and everything. They had her jumping around from featherweight. They ain't really made her locked in, on one weight yet. Is it bantamweight? Is it this? So with her weight, they haven't really had a chance to settle in. So how's she gonna look at 135? That's another question. Like, does Norma look good at 135? That's the question. That's really gonna be the question here, because the Chelsea fight was what, 145 or 140? Let me see. Well, it was 145. Okay. 145. Carol Rosa fight was, let me see here. 145. Danielle Wolf, I know, is 145. Yeah, we got to take that into a factor too, man. Like, even though Norma Dumont is ranked at bantamweight, has she fought a bantamweight fight yet? Macy Chiasson fight, I believe, is 145, right? Yeah, 145. I know the Aspen Ladd fight. Let me see. Dang, that was a main event. Wow. Norma Dumont had a main event against Aspen Ladd, 145. I know Felicia Spencer was 145. Yeah, she's 6-1 in the UFC, all in the featherweights. But yeah, for Norma Dumont, she's been ranked. Norma Dumont been ranked in the bantamweight division, but still hasn't fought an actual bantamweight fight. So that weight might be a problem, man. It could still be a problem here. Like, she's still not officially a bantamweight herself. Are paying attention to Caitlin Clark's rise at all? Caitlin Clark. No, not really. I'm looking at Shannon Clark, the flyweight, the LFA flyweight champion, but not Caitlin Clark. Robot said, I was rolling with Verna the whole week. Then I thought Loopy would just fight with IQ in this one. No way Verna should be the better striker. No, like, she is. She had the opportunity to be the better striker. Like, I wouldn't say that. Like, there's no way she should be. Because if you go back and look at her fights, like, she does move a little bit better, man. Like, that's what I was worried about. Like, if Verna had trouble moving on her feet, I thought that she would have lost the fight. But man, she was in it. Like, she bounces around a little bit. She punches long. I knew that would be a problem for Loopy. That's why I thought Loopy would wrestle more. I thought Loopy would use her left hook more, but she stayed on the outside. So yeah, like, that's what had me leaning towards Verna. But then I kind of factored in her layoff. I thought her knee might have be a big problem and she would be rusty. But nah, man, like she did that. Yeah, Colton, I think Verna's a little underrated because I thought Verna beat Dern. I ain't gonna lie again, man. I thought Verna won that fight. Yeah, Caitlin Clark, though, I know who you talking about. Yeah, I don't really follow her, like I don't follow that stuff like that. But yeah. Easy said I should have stuck with Verna too. That layoff had me too. Yeah, it did, man. Like even Verna when she fought, did I pick Ebos or Verna? I think I picked Ebos in that one. I was picking Verna and Dern fight. Did I pick Verna in the Angela Hill fight? I think so. I can't remember, but yeah, this one I should have stuck with it, man. Like I was really starting to think that Loopy was on to something, man. But I gotta go back. Let me ask y'all this: who's striking is better, Aaron Blanchfield or Loopy Godinez? Drill said, "Why doesn't Valentina use a body kick anymore? It was there all day against Grass, so it might have. I ain't gonna, I'm not making excuses. Maybe it might be some issues with the leg. I don't know. Maybe she just didn't want to throw it as much. Because she did it. When did she have that surgery? Did she have that knee surgery before that fight? Didn't Valentina have some? I think Valentina had knee surgery. Easy said Loopy. I don't know though, man. Like she ain't use it. That's my point. Like it ain't no. It's kind of a tough question because is she real? Is she? Like she sure wasn't using it that much. Like Aaron did land up to 97 strikes. How many Loopy land against Burner? That's what I'm saying. It's like a little trick question there, man. It's like you might have to think about it. I mean, Loopy might throw better punches now, but it's like, who executing? Like even footwork, I'm like I thought she should be able to get in here, but what happened? I mean, at least Aaron got to a title eliminator, but Loopy still hasn't, even with her striking, right? Colton said, I think Loopy's striking is better. Okay. Yeah, I think her form is. I do think her form and how she turns shots over are better. I do. But maybe it's something else that's holding them back. I don't know. High Five said UFC wanted Tatiana to fight Lemos, but Tatiana ducked her. Do y'all think Tatiana ducked Lemos? Man, hold on 1 second. I keep hearing a bunch of noise. Hold on 1 second. My fan was making some noise. I don't think Tatiana was ducking though. I don't think Tatiana ducking no Lemos. Come on. You really think Tatiana gonna duck Lemos? Tatiana ain't duck nobody, man. The only thing that's keeping her out is just this injury, man. Like this girl has some serious injuries. Colton said, do you think they could book Manon versus Macy Barber, given how long this third fight between Grasso and Valentina seems to be taking? They could book it, but I believe Manon's thing is she might wait. I think DC, what was DC saying? That she should wait. And I don't think Macy Barber wants that fight. I think since Macy Barber's targeting Rose, they might make that fight. I think even with the situation with Macy Barber, with the streak that Macy Barber is on, I think they would probably put Macy Barber in a fight like Rose or even Aaron at this point. But I don't think they would book that fight. If Manon calls for it, I think they would. But there's really no need for her to call for it, in my opinion. I mean, it kind of sucks she has to wait this long, but maybe do some other things like grappling or, do something else, to stay busy in between and just stay in the gym at this point and just study Grasso and study Valentina. So, at her age, I think it's kind of it's not really a situation where I think she has to stay busy too at this point. Maybe just stay in the gym and keep watching what Grasso and Valentina are doing. Watch their tapes all day, and just same way Grasso did with Valentina, came up with a game plan. Study Grasso style, study Valentina style. Don't. I think Barber. I think Blanchfield will probably benefit taking taking a fight against Barber more so. Cole said, "Is it just me or Manone's personality just not likable?" Might be just you, man. Because I mean, I don't see it. Like, I don't see the issue. Like, I really don't see like an issue with her personality or like, um, it or Blanchfield. Like, some people say Blanchfield's cocky. I don't see like Manone's personality being an issue. Like, especially if you're not really putting yourself out there. Like, there's nothing really to base it off of with me. Like, I think she's just quiet. Like, I'm a quiet person and people always look at me the wrong way. So, that's why I'm like the same way, like, because I'm a quiet person in my life. Like, people want to think they don't like me because I'm not loud and ignorant and making noise or putting my business out there besides this. So, you know, like, if she's just quiet and chill, her personality is just get the job done, like, and not being on social media talking junk, like, I'm all for that. That's a humble fighter. That's a humble, confident fighter. That's why I don't see where this comes from, where people say like they don't like her. Like, Valentina talk more trash than she do. Tatiana talk more trash than she do. And let's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to like personality, like, I know there's different ways to say you're not humble, but like, is Macy Barber humble? Is Macy Barber humble? Like, what is Manon saying that doesn't make her humble? Like, when she says that Barber Blanchfield's easy, like, Valentina said things like that. You know why? Because they train hard. Like, Valentina said, my fights are easy because I train hard. She said this Lauren Murphy fight shouldn't be hard because, I train and my hard work goes into training. And maybe she feels the same way. But I mean, to each their own. Like, as far as people's personalities, I'm just not a person that says I don't like somebody, especially if they're not giving me enough evidence to really base anything off of. Like, if certain people rub you the wrong way, again, like, I like the energy that Barbara brings, like, because she is a fighter, but sometimes some of the things she says just make you say like she ain't too humble. Like, as long as you like, same thing with Tyler Santos. I like Tyler Santos, like, I know they made some bad business moves, but as far as like her personality, I just thought she was like, okay, she's all right. Like, just keep fighting. And that's another thing. Like, see, when you talk trash, you just can't win. That's why I'm like, just fight. That's the same thing I would tell my fighter. I would be like, answer the questions, but just fight. Like, because not everybody's gonna like you, and maybe that's a good thing. If they don't like you, they'll tune in to see you get beat. So not everybody will like you. If you're liked by everybody, that means you're doing something wrong, right? That's just me. I like whenever a fighter just shows up to fight. Like, they're not gonna pick and choose who they fight. They fight everybody. They just fight. They just fight. Easy said people like Winona don't move the needle though. That's the thing. You got to play politics in the UFC. Yeah. You really don't have to. I don't think you have to play. You don't really have to play that game. Just like Dana wants people to do that, but he really wants people to fight. Because you see, when people don't show up, that's when they start getting cut. Like, he likes people that fight. Like he always say, when people show up, do your thing and fight. But like, people that move the needle, they a little. Sometimes they're like that wild card. Are they going to move it too much, or are they going to be, are they going to be just a liability at time? Like, I don't know. Yeah, Adrian Broner, he moved that needle so much, he don't even fight no more. So I'd rather just have somebody that comes to fight. Cause I tell you, man, like the ones that just talk or have too much personality and not enough fight, like those are the ones that fall is harder, and then you see what happens. You don't see them anymore. High Five said, I have a soft spot for Macy now because she's willing to bang just like Andrade, Joanna, and Whaley. Yeah, I don't dislike her. I mean, like, I don't dislike Macy at all. I'm just saying she says some things that are a little like, what? Make you think twice. Cole said he almost wished she wasn't humble. Nah, I always like a humble person. Always like a humble person. That's just me. High Five said Aaron is cocky and talks just like Valentina. I hope Grasso KOs them. I don't think Aaron is like cocky either, man. I think Aaron is. I think she's just confident. She was kind of raised that way to be, you know, ready for competition. She just wasn't ready that night. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Easy, yeah. Like if Manon does, yeah, because yeah, he did try to do that to Carla. He did try to do that to Carla, so he might try that with her, but yeah, and it comes down to that thing. Like if you ain't fighting, sometimes yeah, it can be bad. But I just think she's in a better place. But yeah, he did do that to Carla, man. Close one said you don't think it's rude how Aaron wouldn't even clap for Manon after she won. Um, yeah. There are some rude things about her. I think it's that Jersey thing, might like that Jersey attitude, which Easy, he knows about it. The Jersey attitude, yeah, that is a little rude because like she ain't even like dap her up after the fight, So Manon didn't even like. It was like she already read her opponent. Like I know she ain't gonna dap me up, so she just walked away too. Like even after they announced it, they didn't even dap each other up. And I know like Miranda, she didn't shake her hand like when they fought. Miranda and Aaron didn't shake hands that time. So I'm like, damn, maybe she just so caught up in the fight. Like there are some little rude things like that. Yeah, like that is a little rude. I mean, maybe if you don't have to clap, maybe not that necessarily, but maybe like shaking a person's hand after you lose. Like I don't think she did that. That I didn't want to mention that the other day. I said, man, they didn't even shake hands after the fight. Like or Aaron didn't even go over and be humble enough to shake her hand. Like I didn't see that. So yeah, there are those little things like that. I think maybe that just comes from that competitiveness. Maybe she was mad. Usually when people do that, they're more mad at themselves, Colostrum. That's the best way to explain it. Like she mad at herself because she lost. Like, what can you do? The other person did what they're supposed to do. Not gonna lay down for you. So she's just mad at herself when they do that. So I can't really be mad at them. They're already beating themselves up. Right? This fight actually easy. This one should have been for the interim belt. To me, this one should have been for the interim belt. I really don't think she should say she had to fight again, though, man. Like she ain't a racehorse either. Where she got to keep on doing. Like you already done enough. Like if they make an offer, sure, take it. If they put you in that situation, if they give you that offer, take it. You know, or just say, yeah, I'll be open to whatever right now, but my main goal is for that belt. Just keep drilling that home that, hey, I done my part. Like all these other girls, they just there now. Because honestly, with the yeah, Manon can be the backup. Yeah, Manon can be the backup. I believe you said it last time too. Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. Manon could be the backup for this trilogy, or go ahead and move up and fight Rocky, right? Wouldn't that be crazy, man? Like if she could, what if Macy Barber turned down the fight? Manon said, "I'll move up and fight Rocky in the meantime," or something. What if Juliana Pena can't come back by October or November, and Manon makes the offer to move up to 135 and to win that belt? I actually wouldn't be mad at that. Aaron was like, "I lost every round of fight. I don't have time to shake your hand." Marcus, dude. He's like, "I lost every round. I ain't got time to shake your hand." Nah. Now, granted, if she won, she would have shaken Manone's hand. I believe that. That's where you really see when the chips are down, like people's attitudes sometimes. But hey, she's still young, man. When just a young kid. Cole said Aaron looks at things logically. She knows she's young and has some catching up to do. I really like when she said she's hella strong because that was a fight. She couldn't do anything. She'll get stronger as she grows. Yeah, she'll get stronger. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people, yeah, I know Cole, and a lot of people don't touch gloves when the fight starts. I'm talking about like in the center or after the fight too, or in that last round. You know how they always say touch them up in the last round? Like you ain't gotta overdo it, but there's gotta be some respect there. Bluebird, he said the mental game and attitude is a part of a fighter's development. Aaron is experiencing loss for the first time in her UFC career. Easy said, I just think Manon should be careful about how she goes from here. When the UFC don't make your shot official, anything can happen. I don't trust them. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I don't trust them either. Like they can do some things. Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever she got to do to make sure that she can keep her shot, I'm all for it. Like whatever's going on that I don't know about, but they know about and they hear about, I think, yeah, they have to make sure they have it on lock. But if she can make sure that has it on lock, I think in the meantime, it's time to do the same thing. Like I said, when Grasso fought Valentina, study. You got two opponents to study, Valentina and Grasso. Yeah, at least Aaron ain't a sore loser. There's been more sore. That's what I meant to mention, Marks. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, at least he's not a sore loser because, you got a lot of people saying she tapped Manon in the first round. Like, don't you think if she made Manon tap in the first round, don't you think Aaron would have brought that up? That's another thing I wanted to mention. Like, I forgot. Yeah, I really wanted to bring that up because a lot of people saying, I thought Manon tapped in the first round, but she was getting leverage to flip over. Like she wasn't tapping on her thigh. Like Manon didn't tap in the first round. She was trying to get up out of that thing. She knew she had the strength to get out of that guillotine and she didn't tap. And don't you think if Aaron had done that, don't you think she'd be on social media now saying that I tapped her? Like, I made Manon tap. Like, why didn't they not call this? She would have been putting this thing, she would have been putting that out. Like, not as a sore loser, but she would have been saying that I made her tap. Yeah, I'm just looking at this timeline. It's gonna be crazy though. Fought the beginning of 2024, title shot at the beginning of 2025. So it's a crazy lineup right now. No, I don't think no robot. I don't think Aaron would have brought it up. I think Aaron would have brought it up. I think it would have been put out now if she really felt that way. But you see, she ain't mentioned it because a lot of fighters do that. Like when they think they tapped somebody or knocked them out, they would be bringing that up like something wasn't right. Easy said, I don't understand why all the hate for Aaron by some people when you were riding hard. I'm still rolling with Aaron. This is why people get called casuals. Aaron's not done. No, she's not done. Aaron ain't done. Like she's still a good fighter. Paul said, remember how I literally said yesterday that Rose is number 7 above Natalia. Today she moved up to number 6. Did she? So Rose is number 6 now? Okay. Shoot, man, easy. You saw it the night that she lost. Y'all saw that in the chat the night that she lost. Everybody jumped off the bandwagon just calling her a bad fighter. Like, no, like she has things to work on. She's still a good fighter. There's just some things that she's got to work on. Like, and anyway, like, I don't know why. Well, people act like they got amnesia. Anyway, I totally would come down to these two as far as being like some of the best in the division, and like whoever wins, whoever loses is still going to be considered a good fighter because they beat everybody else. Who is Aaron fighting next? I think Aaron should maybe fight. Um, if you wanted to put a few names out there, I think Aaron fighting like a Macy Barber or Rose. I think those are good names for. I don't style wise right now. I don't think Natalia Silva is a good fight for her to fight coming right back off of a Manon fight. I think that's kind of a bad matchup right now. If like a Tracy Cortez was active, that rematch would be good, but maybe not right now. But like since he just lost to one of the better flyweights, I think Rose and Macy are like the fights to make. Easy said, I clearly felt the tap. Yeah, over him, over him. Yeah, Joe Rogan. He said, "Let's see that." And he was probably like, never mind. High five. Rose must fight Chikagan, but Natalia is also a good choice if Macy's fighting Aaron next. Marcus said, do anyone remember when Cynthia beat Jessica I and Cynthia was in the top 5 rankings? Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. It was disaster from there, man. Like when she beat Jessica I, it became a disaster, man. Like I thought Cynthia came into the weight, but then who did she lose to? Chikagan, Andrade, Andrea Lee. It just fell down from there. That's when we really saw that she wasn't like a flyweight, or she really wasn't a 125 pounder. Yeah, Bluebird. I think Macy is a good fight for Aaron. I think that's a good fight. Seeing as how like the strength might not be as bad in that fight, I think Aaron will have ability to make it a lot more competitive and be able to get takedowns in that fight. I'm still big on Aaron getting her defense skills up though. Her striking defense, no more blocking like that with your face. Natalia and Macy are bad matchups for Aaron because her defense is real bad. Yeah, I actually think Natalia would be worse, but I think Macy is at least a fight that she could close in on and get to the ground eventually. I think Natalia's a little bit too quick and strong, like a lot of power in her legs too. I think she has enough strength to get Macy off of her when she tries to take her down. Cole said, "Do you think Aaron could ever beat Manon in years from now?" Mm. I think Manon wins. I think Manon wins 9 out of 10 times against Aaron. I'm just being honest. Like, I think it's just a bad style and size matchup. I think years from now, like let's say years from now, Manon probably wouldn't even be at 125. If it was like 135, then I would definitely favor Manon. But I think just what she possesses is too much for her. You know, I think Aaron can definitely catch up to a fighter like Macy, Rose, those type of fighters. But somebody that big and knew how to use their physicality, not even in like a wrestling and grappling type of way. I ain't gonna say 9 out of 10. I think 10 out of 10, man. Like I don't think I think that's one opponent she won't be able to beat. If Aaron ever got strong enough to take Manon down, if she got strong enough to take her down, hmm, all depends on like how she gets back up too, because Manon is strong on the get up, and she's strong on the ground too. Like I'd say if she was strong enough to get her down, maybe she would have some success. But again, like that's a tall order, literally. Easy said, Aaron needs to let me in her corner. Her corner was a disgrace. It's one thing to tell your fighter you need to finish, but tell her how to get there as well. If your corner can't see, that's a problem. And that's one thing I'll tell you, Colton. Like, she probably, you know what, Colton, I'll go back to 9 out of 10 times because I think it comes down to the advice in the corner, like Easy said, because we were talking about that the other day. Like, there was probably an opening there where she could have got a victory, when she was landing body kicks. They really weren't masking them body kicks with jabs, they really weren't masking it like that. Like when they landed, they landed. Like maybe if she threw more jabs in the face, they could have found home for them body kicks and they could have got to her. And they did land a good head kick in that fight too. So maybe if they had somebody in her corner that was willing to really show her how to set up her striking moments a little bit more tactically and not stay on the outside as much, there could have been some more. There could have been plenty of moments. Robot said, "I think Valentina beats Aaron too. I think about her striking would keep Aaron away and honest." Yeah, I think so too. Now, I kind of thought Aaron might have that, go for the gusto and really be like rough for her, but I think that'd be kind of tailor made for Valentina at this point. When I saw that now, yeah, you just can't tell somebody you need to finish though. Like you said, Easy, you just can't tell somebody you need to finish. Tell them how to get it done. Like show them how to get to that body. Like you're landing the body kick. All right, this is what you do. If the body kick is landing, this is where you follow up. They should have been working on them same side combinations too. Right body kick, right hand, left body kick, left hook, left calf, take Manon's legs out from under or something, behind the knee. Bluebird said Aaron shouldn't have to be strong enough to take someone down. The timing and technique with a better setup off the strike would benefit her a lot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Because she did get a good takedown in the second round. there just wasn't much technique on how to keep her down. But like they did get a nice little trip. Easy said, I remember she said Manon was too strong. She's beaten mentally. That's when you need to start raining down fundamentals to get them out of state. Yeah, you get them out of that state. Nothing beats the basics, man. Like if you take somebody back home to the basics, because sometimes when you get frustrated, you just start fighting off emotion. But when you get back into the basics, man, that'll nothing can beat those, because straight punch, it's the quickest way to the face. Valentina can beat Erin if she doesn't use those head throws. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like she could just beat it from the outside, really. Let me see here. Choosing international shipping. Oh, my fault. Yeah, I was reading some shipping requirements online here. I got sidetracked. Okay, Colton said, I wish we would have gotten that Gatto due to Kova fight, though. That was a sleeper. Yeah, I wish so. I wish so too, man. I wanted to see that fight. That was gonna be I thought it was gonna be interesting, because I forgot like how wide Due Dakota was, but I still was gonna pick Gatto in that fight. Easy said, I have to troll Kayla. She trolls herself. High Five said Tatiana has answered Lemos call out to rebook their fight. All right, man. I don't think she's ducking her though. Paul said, did I hear something about Miranda calling out O'Neal for the Missouri card? Yes, she did. I did a video on it like a couple weeks ago. Miranda called out Casey O'Neal and Vivian Araujo. That's a good fight. That's a good one. Easy said Erin never talked about Manono. She only responded to things she said. She was really throwing shots at Macy. That's true. Yeah, that is true. Like, Manon said she wasn't impressed with Erin's victory off of Andrade. And Erin would just respond back. And when Manon said she wanted to fight, Erin said, yeah, I'll fight her I'll fight her if it means getting towards the belt. So I give Erin some credit. Like, Erin ain't cocky, I've said that too. Like, Erin's not cocky like that. Like, she's just about her business. Like, in that manner, like when it comes down to respecting the fighter, I think she respected what Manon was bringing to the table, because even before the fight, she said like Erin said like her and Manon had the better resumes than Macy. Like, she really was like, no matter what Manon said, like she never like said anything like she did about Macy. Like, Manon's the one that called her easy work, and Manon said that she wasn't impressed with her victories, but Erin didn't really say anything back, because I guess she respected her. She still respected her because she did fight her way up. Now, Macy, on the other hand, when Macy got the talking joke, she let Macy have it. Them two actually have beef. But I guess, yeah, even Erin knew that Manon was a different level of a fighter, so she respected her. But yeah, when Macy started getting firing off, she was like, yeah, like, okay, like, what have you done? Your resume is good as ours. So if you use it. It's too pre. Oh man, so much stuff needed just to ship stuff. Okay, Easy said, okay, I read that. Aaron, they need to get Aaron versus Macy with a card with a press conference. I still think Aaron and Macy could be a main event. That's a main event. That's a main event for UFC Fight Night. I don't care what anybody say. That's a 5-round fight. Colostrum said Macy ain't going to fight Aaron. She'll go for Rose because she thinks it's easier. Macy versus Aaron would be a good build-up before the fight. It makes sense to me. Yeah. Paul said, I want to see Aaron versus Macy and Rose versus Natalia, but I think the rankings in recent wins / losses say that Macy versus Rose and Aaron versus Natalia makes more sense. I don't know. I like it the other way around though. Yeah. I think if you do it by like style matchup and how they came off of their victories, I would go with Aaron Macy and Rose Natalia then, because I think Aaron Natalia, that's kind of a bad style matchup for Aaron right now. Macy Rose, that's a decent fight though. Since they all had the same turnaround, put them all in the same card too. I would still make Macy Aaron a main event though for fight night. I don't care what the casuals say. Aaron Macy is a main event. Easy said they're gonna try to pull a Carlo on Manon, man. They gave Manon, they wind up giving Carla the shot, because I remember after Carla beat Xiaonan before she could fight Rose, it was like what 9-10 months later. And Dana, he talked that trash, but he was in a position where he still had to give her the title shot because there was really nobody else at that point. But yeah, with flyweight, there's a lot of people, so you got to be careful. Let me see, because Xiaonan and Carla fought May of 2021, and then Carla took the year off because she didn't fight anybody else, because she had already won what 3, 4, 5 fights in a row. See, Carla fought 5 fights in a row, won 5 fights in a row, took a year off before she fought for the belt against Rose. See, Manon won 7. So then what she got to do? Win an 8th fight too? That's crazy, right? So actually with her fighting 7, it's similar to Carla, but she's fought more and won more. So, and it won't be a complete year. It'll be about 9 months, 10. Carla took a whole year off before she got back in there and won it off of Rose. But that sounds like something they'll do. They'll go, we got some Rose, especially with Rose, trying to be a 2-division champ. They might try to get her up into that position. That's always been an interesting style, though. Who do y'all got winning Rose versus Grasso? Like, that's an interesting fight, too. Like, just off top, who do you think wins this fight? Grasso versus Rose? Oh, man. Colton said Grasso for sure. Okay. High Five said, of course, Grasso. Paul said Grasso. Dang, y'all don't believe in Rose like that? Easy said, what do you see Valentina doing if she loses to Grasso? She hasn't been just a contender since 135. If she loses, I think she sticks around. I think she might be open to 135, but I think she'll stick around for whatever. If they offer her something good at 125, I think even if she loses, it depends. Let me put it this way: it depends on how bad she was to lose, man. It depends on how bad she loses to Grasso. Like if she gets stopped again or submitted, she might think about moving up to 135. Or she loses like another decision, she might stick around at 125 and fight another fight or two until she could get another title shot or something like that. But I don't see her retiring yet. No, she ain't gonna retire. Yeah, that's the question? Rose versus Grasso. Like let's see if that came down to that. High Five said Ebos arguably won against Rose. No, I don't think so. She lost that fight. I think Grasso beat Rose, but no, I don't. Ebos did lose that fight. Ebos had some moments, but I thought she lost the fight though. I don't see Rose beating anyone above her from here on. No. Like if she can't beat Macy Barber, I don't see her beating much either at this point. All right, I'm about to get off here at 9:15. Got about another 13 minutes. So I'm on another tab here looking up stuff. Depends what the service you're using. Dang. Colt said, when do the PFL flyweight fights start? Flyweight fights start as you see on the screen right here. I got it on the screen. They start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's the early card, all right? And the main card is 10 p.m. Gabby said, who you picking, Yon or Whaley? I'm picking Whaley. Easy said Rose has to be even more tactical at 125. Her power isn't there at 125. No. Yeah, she got to be a little bit more tactical with her style. Yeah, got to be more of a combination puncher too, I think, combination striker. Dakota DeChiva is the only fighter that can beat Grasso with striking. Okay. And that's based off of what? I ain't gonna, I can't believe anything you say anymore, man. Like, I definitely can't believe that. That's a troll comment right there. Easy said Grasso is undersized and has a reach disadvantage against Mano. I don't see Grasso winning that fight, to be honest. Zama said Mano has T-Rex arms. She sure did, didn't she? And yet she out jabbed Aaron, right? I thought Aaron was going out jab her, Zama. Like, those T-Rex, that 65-inch reach, man. How did she hit? How did she hit Aaron? Zama, come on, man. You can reach, but can you execute? If you think Grasso only loses, if you think Grasso We ain't even talking about Grasso though. I mean, I'm talking about what you said. Come on now. We ain't talking about that. We talking about what you said, Aaron being able to touch Manon. Like, didn't you say the reach was gonna work? I said she needed to use her long reach, but you said that her reach was gonna work against somebody with T-Rex arms. But why are those T-Rex arms reach, Aaron? No, original question is how is okay, how is Grasso getting beat by Dakota? You think Grasso loses Dakota, but you think everybody else in this division beats whenever Valentina, honestly, to me, won the rematch with Grasso off of her striking. Easy E is a fan of Dakota, but come on, like Easy, can you honestly say Dakota beats Grasso on the feet? She had wrestled a lot. She jabbed a lot too. She was jabbing Grasso right in her face. Like Grasso was boxing offensively well, but Grasso was eating a lot of jabs in the first and the second fight. Do. Yeah, shout out to Teresa Blader. But what happened, man? Yeah, you picked her in Natalia Silva. See, I ain't picking that fight. I said that's a bad style matchup. Marcus, I said that was a bad style matchup for Teresa Blader. I liked her, and I believe she was gonna, do well, but don't put her in there with Natalia Silva right now. I said I am not gonna say Blader's winning that fight. Easy said I can't even say Dakota wins this tournament. To be honest, we talking crazy. Yeah, yeah, we talking wild now. Dakota ain't even been in there. Dakota ain't even been in there with somebody that has really tested her timing yet, man. Like she hasn't even really had to overcome a good jab yet, man. Or she hasn't even really had to take away somebody's power. So how is she gonna beat Grasso? All right, hold on a minute. So this is the way to the package, dimensions. How do I create a customs form? Okay, let me see. Cole said it wasn't about Aaron fighting smart. Manon was just too strong for her. As Aaron ages, she can gain that woman's strength. I think if she gains that woman's strength too, she's still gonna have to get an IQ too. Because I think it was about her not fighting smart too. Because like there's a way to get in there. There's a way for her to get in there sometimes. If she would have just had a smarter game plan, yeah, like strength, it was a very big part of it, but she had to be smarter too. 6, if anybody heard anything from Tatiana, she been awfully quiet lately. She been on IG. She's still been on IG. I mean, she ain't been really mentioning a fight coming up. Easy said Pitbull wants all the smoke at 140. I think he's earned it now, man. I think him and Tio, that would be a good fight. Eventually, him and Tank, they could rematch somewhere down the line. But right now, I want to see Devin Haney go ahead and beat Ryan Garcia. Then I want to see Tank and Devin Haney fight. If Tank beats Devin Haney, maybe fight Shakur or somebody. Or even if Tank loses to Devin Haney, maybe go back and fight a rematch with Pitbull. That'd be interesting. Zama said, "How about?" He said, "Come on, Kama. How about my praise? How about Cortez beating Gatto? Where's my praise? Oh, you can get some for that, most definitely. Like that was a good fight. That was a good one. Yeah, Cortez won that fight. She used her strength in that fight. Her wrestling was good. That was a good fight. Cortez did what she needed to do, and I give Gatto credit for taking that one. That was a legit win for Cortez. That was good. There was no delusional talk in that breakdown, got Zaman. But T Rex arms ain't gonna win you. T Rex arms ain't gonna explain nothing to me. Now, yeah, Cortez Gatto, legit. That was good. Cortez won that. I was going for Gatto. Cortez won it. Six said Garcia's beating Devin. Mm. Got to tell me how he's doing it, man. Got to tell me. Like, what does he do to do it? Hand speed? I got to know. Grasso beats Manoa easy? I don't know. I don't think so. Because before JoJo got taken down and submitted, JoJo was touching her. So, she can be touched. So, Six said hand speed and body. Is he that smart, though? Like, because, Tank, small guy, but he messed Ryan up with some good shots. Of course, he hits harder. Now I ain't see her. I don't see where she's stiff at, man. Because she be taking people down. Oh, now Zaman, now you talking wrong there. See, I caught you there. You said JoJo's pretty fluid offensively. I thought you said she was stiff too. You said JoJo was stiff once. I heard you say JoJo was stiff before. Remember when I told you, she just needs to move her head even when she coming forward. You said she too stiff to do that. Now she's fluid. Come on now. Yeah, Devin's a point fighter, but what what kind of footwork? Oh, okay. Now she's stiff defensively. Oh, okay. Okay. What kind of footwork does Ryan have? Not really good there. No, I'm paying attention, Zama, because you just be talking like how I still don't get stiff and robotic. Like if she was stiff and robotic, she should have been easy to beat long time ago. And now you adding defensively now. So I'm just saying, oh, okay. JoJo's stiff now. Her hands are fluid, but she don't move her head that much, but she's still catching Grasso. You make it act like Grasso don't get hit too. Like, do I gotta break these things down for you? Like, I'm just playing with you right now, but do I gotta break this thing down for you? Like how easy it is to hit Grasso straight up the middle too, like for a good striker, especially when you facing somebody that big. Like, come on. Ryan's Twitter is really strange. I mean, he something going on with him. Like Ryan Garcia, something is going on with him right now. Colton said JoJo, Calderwood, or Joanna. What we talking about, JoJo? Ryan's banking on body shots. Okay, I just I don't see Ryan winning this fight. I don't see Ryan winning. I just don't see an Instagram boxer beating a real boxer. Grasso's faster. No one has timing. And again, like, Grasso was a little bit faster than JoJo at the time, but when you fluid and you can let straight punches go, you can still be hit. Yeah, we'll see when it comes down to it. I mean, don't make it sound 100% because when you lose again, Zaman, I don't want you making excuses because you said that about Aaron. You said Aaron's got the better gas tank and she'll win. Just wait. That's the exact word you said last time. You might as well not say just wait anymore because we waited for what would happen Saturday, and now y'all just ready to throw her out the door. Did you pick? I know you did. You pick E-Boss too. You did pick. You didn't pick E-Boss, did you? Then you gonna pick Casey O'Neill to beat Miranda too, and you beat Andrea Lee to pick Miranda last. So I'm like, come on, man. Easy said, "Oh man, I'm 2 minutes behind. I gotta go now." Easy said Devin will probably lose the first 3 rounds to get Ryan's rhythm down and then outclass him. That's what I think too. All right, I said 9:15 to 9:17. I am about to go. He said, yeah, he did pick E-Boss. Oh boy, come on now. Said E-Boss is gonna beat her. Just wait. And what happened? Nope. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Hit the 2-hour mark. I will catch y'all like next week. And yeah, hit that like and subscribe on your way out. And next week we'll talk about the fights Thursday. My man BJ is supposed to be doing a fight companion for this PFL card Thursday. So hopefully he's going to tune in, or we can tune in over there if he jumps on early for it at 6:30. But shoot, if something crazy happened, man, Tyler Santos do something wild, or maybe if Velasquez pull off an upset, I might do a video. If Dakota wind up losing to something, you might hear from me too, but that'll be a crazy upset. But yeah, I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. I will catch you on next. Peace.